The Masses,
Yes.
your latest album, a new single, 5FM just tweeted they dropped a brand new song hours ago. See how on top of it I am.
I know, you guys are just on it.
Tell me about The Masses. I actually want to know what your favorite track is on the album.
Well, I mean, sure, it changes so often. I mean, I feel like last month I said something else, the month before that was a different thing. But I think 7764, just because we've been practicing it live now, because obviously it's going to pick up and then we're going to do live renditions. We're doing it at Kirstenbosch and whatnot. So it's been fun to kind of rehearse that and sing it live. It's something slightly different to what I've usually put out there. It's got more of a pop house kind of feel to it. So I'm really excited about it, and I think the song in itself, you know, has a lot of roots in where I'm from. You know, it's about Athlone. That's my area code, 7764. So the song is about that and about my experience growing up there and the love-hate relationship that I have with where I'm from, and that I think everyone has, you know, with their childhood or where they're from. And, you know, this is the place, you know, that I got bullied, but this is the place I fell in love. So, you know, it's that kind of song, and it's just something that's, I guess, an anthem for any area that isn't affluent, and kind of saying that we don't care what anybody else thinks or says about us, but we're just doing us, and that's okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now tell me about the rest of the album. Is it do you take us on a journey? Do you tell the story?
Absolutely.
What's the story?
It's quite funny because we start off with this track called Horizon, which I feel like is, you know, sun coming up, so it's quite metaphorical in that sense. And then it ends with a track called Yin Yang, which is like coming full circle. So I think the album definitely does take you on a journey. You know, it speaks about a lot of things aside from love and hate. There's issues, social political issues happening in our community. There's a track about abuse called Be Free, which we performed during the 16 days of activism, and really struck a chord with so many people. You know, women coming up to me and telling me that, you know, that song is just so amazing. And I think that was the intention, you know. I feel like my job is not done, but I mean, I feel like I've achieved what I wanted to achieve. And I wanted to touch people's lives. I wanted to move people, force them to feel something. And so far, that's what the album is doing. And I feel like we've released a lot of light-hearted singles. There was Moscato, very love-based track. And then there was Daydream, also very pop and a teenager and love and that kind of thing. And now we're getting into 764, which is about the community. And I think the next couple of singles are also going to be a lot more focused on where I'm from and my experiences and my career.
I know the our other presenter chatted with you during the 16 days of activism. What was it like to have those women come up to you who resonated so much with that song?
You know, I think the song was inspired, first of all, by some of the work that I've done at a shelter in my area, in Athlone side, which is a center for abused women and children. And I think just getting to chat to them and hear their stories and see how, you know, even through all the adversity and the challenge, you know, they are still smiling and they're lighting up. And we did this, it was a talent show. And I mean, some of the things that I saw there was just out of this world. I mean, they were just so ready and amped to put on a show. And I think, you know, that song was kind of inspired by them, you know. And so, yeah, the fact that I can take their stories and use it to help others, I think for me, that's amazing. And I mean, just hearing some of the remarks from other women, you know, I think it's so easy to get caught up in the commercialism of the album and wanting to put it on a map and doing the interviews and that kind of thing. And when you hear things like that, it just takes you back to why you do music and what you're trying to achieve, and that, you know, you know, are this small, you know, in a bigger plan. So, yeah, I mean, you know, I have to believe that God has a reason and a season for everything. And right now, I think it's to try and help or create change, you know.
That's incredible. Your mother must be so proud.
She is. Yes. No, she is.
Mama
both my
Nevis.
parents, yeah.
Now let's talk about, are you touring this year? You must be touring.
Of course, we're always touring. I think at the moment we've just been up and down, you know, we've had like a slight break, but now we're picking up again. There's a lot of festivals happening in and around the country, so we're doing all the major ones, Durban, Cape Town, Johannesburg. And then later on in the year, we are planning this huge show. I can't give too many details. It's going to be really, really big. I think probably the biggest thing I've ever done.
Every time you come in here, you tell me that I'm going to be doing something really huge,
no,
and I can't tell you what it is. Every single time you do that.
No, but seriously, this is, you know, there's a lot of people involved with this show. It's going to be a proper tour or that's at least what we're planning. So we'll see what happens. We haven't gotten into the detailed planning just yet, but once we know what's happening, we'll convey the message to Channel 24 first.
Fine. Now you're going to be playing at Kirstenbosch this weekend.
Yes.
Now the last time I saw you at Kirstenbosch, I wasn't surprised, but maybe, I don't know, if I was overwhelmed by the amount of like women that are like magnets to the stage when you play. What's that like for you?
It's incredible. I think that was, this time last year, that was one of the first 5 or 6 times that type of energy from the crowd was happening. And so it wasn't too long after that we started demanding that people come to the stage and come and dance up front, because that's where the action is, that's where the energy is. So I mean, I love it so much. You genuinely get to see the people in their faces, their beautiful faces.
They love you.
They're amazing. I mean, I love my fans so much. They're crazy, they're nuts, they're a little psycho. But I love it that way, they come forward, they wear the t-shirts, the merchandise, they have banners. And obviously, I mean, this, with the masses, it's the equal sign, and so I've been seeing it a lot lately, and I'm sure at the concert, a lot of teenage girls are going to have the masses on their cheeks. But other than that, I'm so grateful. There's nothing better than me performing my heart out and singing the songs that I've made and created, and then hearing them sing it back to me. It's incredible.